Recently, there's been a bit of a gator takeover here in Western Pennsylvania. Over the past few months, there have been 4 alligator sightings in Kiski Township, one of which showed up on a man's doorstep. That was quite a surprise. It's sparking the conversation about safe ownership of exotic animals. Joining us now to talk about it is Garrett Hartle of Reach Out Reptiles. And we don't have an alligator here with us, but we do have somebody else.
No, we brought somebody that was a little bit more studio friendly for you here today, Heather.
No
so
alligator out of the cage.
This is Stella. She's a ball python. These are probably one of the most popular pets in captivity as far as reptiles go. She's a good girl. She's one of our ambassador animals. We take her to kids programs, educational stuff.
And I'm allowed to hold her, right?
I would love for you to hold her. Are you ready for that?
I'm going to try.
You seem a little nervous.
I am, and I don't know what it is. It's like, in theory, I'm not afraid of snakes, but I think it's like maybe not being comfortable around. Like, what is she doing?
Fear of the unknown. Well, ball pythons, they joke around about them being pet rocks. That's part of why they make they're a great ambassador for people who are afraid of reptiles. Alligators might be a little bit different when it comes to that.
Well, can we talk about what we've seen in Kiski Township? Because it just seems so bizarre. Like, who lets an alligator go like that?
Yeah, so this was something that a lot of people were talking about, and alligator keepers always get nervous when this kind of thing happens. I don't know that you can consider somebody who's dumping their alligator in the river an alligator keeper if they keep letting them go, right?
That's right.
But alligators are legal to own in the state of Pennsylvania, and in Pittsburgh you have to have them registered. You okay there?
Yeah, I'm fine. Never been better.
She's doing great. She's hanging out with you. Yeah,
Stella
you're doing
is a
really
good
well.
girl.
So alligators, obviously, I mean, this is a giant reptile from North America. It is not going to make a good pet for most people. So I think a lot of people get in over their head and they just don't know what to do.
Well, because they start out small, maybe
cute. They chirp at you. Yeah, they're very affordable. So it's not like there are people keeping and breeding alligators as pets around the Pittsburgh area. These are typically going to be animals that are coming in from like the meat and skin trade, brought up from down south and sold at exotic reptile shows or pet shops. Where
does Stella go to the bathroom? I mean, I don't know. I just didn't know that answer. Is it under?
Let's take a look here. Yeah, this is. Yeah, so strangely enough, people always argue, is a snake all neck, you know, and no tail? Or so her neck's here, most of her, here's her body. This is the other side right there. So this is actually all the tail that you get from a ball python.
Okay.
That's it.
I was just curious. I just didn't know the answer. And as I was holding her, I was wondering, what if she had to, she's not going to care.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
So there are some specific tips that you wanted to offer up too, especially if people are thinking about getting an exotic pet, because it is a lot of responsibility.
It is. And, I think that there's a lot of information. If you have a dog or a cat, you can Google and have a Wikipedia page on the care of even down to your specific breed.
Yeah.
But it's a lot harder to find good care tips for reptiles. So definitely do your research first. One of the things I love about it, even hanging with Stella in your green room earlier, we had her out and everyone immediately starts asking questions like you did. Where does it go for the bathroom? What part of the world does this come from? How does it eat? There's something awesome about having reptiles as pets that sparks a natural curiosity.
Right.
So you just want to know more about their natural behavior, and it's, for us at Reach Out Reptiles, it's all about connecting people with that natural world. We're so disconnected. I mean, you guys were just talking about social media and stuff like that. This is, as far as I, am concerned, this is kind of the cure to that, reconnecting with the natural world. Maybe just don't start with alligators, This is, they're actually fascinating reptiles. They're amazing. There's a lot of people I know that do a great job. You okay there?
Yeah, well, what is she doing? Why is she sticking her tongue out at me?
So they actually smell through their tongues. No, that's how they sniff, like a puppy or something like that. So when she's very comfortable, you're gonna see those long, slow tongue flicks, and she's just getting to know you.
She's just smelling my fear.
That's it. Yeah. That's it.
Okay, now tell me, I don't know that this would happen, but as we saw, an alligator popped up on this man's doorstep. So what do you do if you do spot an alligator in the rare occurrence that it happens?
Well, okay, so let's talk about this from a Pittsburgh perspective for a minute, right? Okay, so alligators cannot live and survive long-term in Pittsburgh. They will die in the winter. Abandoning an animal, whether it's an alligator or anything else, into the wild is cruel, it's unethical, and it's illegal.
Right.
So you should never do that. There are definitely amazing reptile rescues and animal rescues that if you're an owner and you need to relinquish your pet because life situation's changed or it's outgrown your ability to keep it, you can talk to somebody. I have a friend, everybody calls him Crocodile Kyle. You guys can check him out on Instagram. It's Primitive Predators. He's based here in Pennsylvania. He's alligator and crocodile specific. They actually rescue them, quarantine them, and then take them to a sanctuary in Florida.
That's really cool.
That's best case scenario for something like an alligator that outgrows its ownership. If you are in Pittsburgh and you see one of these, really, I mean, this alligator is, especially with temperatures like we have today, right, is not in a comfortable place. That's well below what they're used to. They don't have the time if they're released during the summer to establish like a territory or anything where they could hunt and get into their repetitious behaviors. So they're not going to present a danger to the public unless you're putting hands on them.
So don't put your hands on them.
And they're not going to represent any danger to the ecological system either. They won't survive.
Okay. Well, thank you. This has been a thrill. I feel like a little hot under the collar now. Thank you so much, Garrett.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And to find out how you can book Reach Out Reptiles for a birthday party or a school event, you can head to our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh for more information.